Hello, welcome to Tarot with Tanya, 7 cards for 7 days. And we are starting with Monday, December 12th this time, and going to the following Sunday. And our moon on Monday is in Leo. Sorry, I had to think about that for a moment. And then we end next Sunday with the moon in Libra. So it's a cycle of going from fiery, passionate energies into more diplomatic partnership sort of energies by next Sunday. And a heads up on our themes this week, another week with a lot of pairings happening, and I think some potential challenges. They're minors, but they could be emotions that are a little bit harder to handle. And then also on the upside, great hope and perhaps some kind of breakthrough next weekend. So we start our Monday off with the 5 of Pentacles or 5 of Discs. This is the Earth suit here. And the 5s are all connected to the Hierophant. So you've got that human lesson aspect going on here. How do we learn to handle concerns about our material existence? It can be, fears about health, it can be fears about money, just general well-being. So, 5 being the number of the human, we have those tendencies, and I'll take it back to that place I like to go, which is, are we using our creativity in a positive, generative kind of way, or are we creating negative fantasy? And this can be the kind of card that lends itself to that negative fantasy. So in our depiction here, I'm using the Crow deck, you may have guessed. You have 2 on the ground who are still seeking, but you have 3 in the tree who seem to have found what they want. So maybe that's some comfort for you, that you can look, well, okay, I have succeeded. I feel secure. I found what I needed in a few areas at least, even though I may still be seeking in some others. We go right to another Pentacles card or Disc card, Earth card on Tuesday. And that is the Knight of Pentacles, sometimes referred to as the slow knight. Pentacles, because they're earthy, they do move slowly. It's not like the fire or the air or even the water. So obviously it's a feminine energy, and there are different takes on this one. Some tarot creators attribute like a sense of humor to the Knight of Discs. See it as a character very connected to the divine feminine. It has the masculine element, obviously, because it's a knight, but as I mentioned, also the feminine because of the earth energy connected to it. So for us on Tuesday, it could be some progress, just going slow and steady with something, hearing maybe some progress report on something that you care about, or just a good stable energy, great day to maybe make something wonderful to eat or craft a little bit, something like that. Our crow here is pretty happy. You can see the big open mouth there, the beak holding the big coin. So somebody's happy. When we get to Wednesday, we have another Royal card. So this is also part of our pairings. So we started off with the 2 Pentacles, and when we get to Wednesday, we have another Royal card. So Tuesday we had the Knight, Wednesday we have the Page of Wands. So now we're shifting gears on that energy and getting into a masculine element. Page of Wands has news, something to share, can be very flirtatious, make you blush kind of news, or again, big emphasis on ideas, inspiration, creative instinct, things like that. So hopefully some good news coming in. You know, if we're looking at shadows for this week, well, certainly we talked about that in the Five of Discs. And with this one, I would say just be aware of being too hasty. And, you know, possibly seeing things in a somewhat more passionate light than might be warranted. When we get over to our Thursday, we have another 5. So this is part of the pairings as well. This time we move into the cups. Sometimes this one is called disappointment. The head, the way the head hangs on this crow, I think really supports that. We've had this recently, I know, because I remember talking about how 3 cups are spilled, but 2 still stand, and you know, the 2 of cups is love. So despite any disappointments that might be there, what is still standing? It's a little bit like the 5 of Pentacles, except you had 3 in the tree and 2 seeking, but here we're reversed, 3 spilled, 2 left standing. What is the goodness? What's the nectar, the good feelings that are contained in those 2 standing cups, and can we switch perspective on that? And again, no, these are very normal things for people to go through: worry, disappointment. They're minors and they pass quickly. When we get to Friday, this is our first major, and this is the Star card of hope, Star of Hope. It's connected to Aquarius, and we're in the dawning of the age of Aquarius, a change where the old patriarchal ways, the energies are breaking down, and we're moving into a balance, into sovereignty, but for both masculine and feminine. And there's another aspect to this card that I want to mention too, and that is keeping enough for yourself. You may be very talented in bringing creativity into projects. You may be doing lots of wonderful stuff and sharing it with a lot of people, but you also have to make sure that you save enough energy for yourself. And so that's one of the meanings of this card. But great energy for our Friday, and I hope it does bring you a wonderful dose of hope. And I think it's that kind of encouragement too, as a major, that whenever we feel like we're in that dark night of the soul, or just a little down for whatever reason, maybe you suffer from seasonal affective disorder, the sad disease that comes on whenever, you know, the days get short, the nights long, there's always hope. Look for it, trust it, know that it's there, and be open to it, and you will find each other. You and hope, I mean. When we get to Saturday, that is often an errand day for people, maybe taking care of things that you couldn't get to during the week. And here we have the 10 of Wands. So our poor crow is carrying a big bundle of sticks. Not sure why, but usually when this card comes up, the encouragement is to put the bundle down. Why are we carrying the bundle of sticks? Why are we energetically burnt out? So this is our second wand card too. So we've had the 2 pentacles, we've had the 2 majors, we've had the 2 fives, and now this adds a second to the wand category. And 10s, of course, are the end of that first part before you move into the royal cards of each suite. You've got the 1 through 10. And obviously you take the 0 away and you're right back to the 1. So the good news always about the 10s is that you're about to roll right into that starting energy. And the Ace of Wands is wonderful for revving you up for a new project, giving you new ideas, helping you see things, perceive in a new way. So put the burden down Saturday, see what you can let go, what does not have to be part of your work that day, and try to enjoy. Then when it comes to Sunday, we get our second major, so the close on that pair, and we have a 7 here, the Chariot. This chariot very much shows, you can see a dynamic motion. That crow is flying. There's some sort of spirit energy, I feel like, indicated by kind of the whitish, bluish, grayish shape there as well. Gathering oneself up for interchange can be one way of reading the chariot, preparing in a meditative way. Getting your ducks in a row is another way to say it. Aligning with some kind of project or forward movement. And because it is a major, it could be important things that you're doing, making some kind of decision to go a certain direction. So, as always, take what resonates for you and leave the rest behind. It's a general reading, so for some people, maybe all of it will resonate. And then for others, only parts perhaps. So I will also read from my book here on Angelite. That is the crystal angel card that came up for us today. So Angelite represents a spiritual or religious community. That's so interesting to me because I was just having a conversation with somebody about that the other night. Finding, a meditation group, for example. So join with like-minded people for friendship and increased spiritual growth. And because of the online, the whole social media factor now, lots more people are connecting across big distances. So maybe that's where you find some people you have common interest with. Maybe it's more locally. This is what the book says. Have you been feeling lonely? This card comes to you as a guidance to connect with like-minded people in a spiritual setting. And for some people, that might be church too. Perhaps you've received the inner call to attend church or temple or to find a spiritual group aligned with your beliefs. And there are many, many, many online for sure. This card confirms that this is true divine guidance and encourages you to take the needed action steps. You have been receiving guidance about your spiritual path, including intuitive ideas about which communal settings would perhaps support a friendship. Spiritual groups are also powerful because of the energy of joint prayer, which lifts everyone up. In these contexts, you are likely to receive healing insights and visions. Making friends with people who share your spiritual beliefs offers you a feeling of safety, where you can easily be yourself in social settings. Studies also show that having a spiritual community is correlated with increased health and longevity. Now it's time for you to take the next step and attend the spiritual meetings as you are guided. Maybe that's going outside, communing with nature, the animals. That's what the great American poet Emily Dickinson did. She didn't care for church all that much, didn't feel like she could be a true participant. So she went outside and communed with the trees, the land in general, the animals, and had her own spiritual ceremonies. And I suppose companions in that way too. So I always hope these help you, that in some way you get some inspiration, some hope, or a sense of, hey, I'm not in this alone. There are other people out there going through this as well. And, it is a big, big time of transition. And to me, the energies feel quite unsettled very frequently. So do your best to ground, take good care of yourself, eat well, those kinds of things. Listen to yourself, always with a loving ear. Be fair witness to you. If you are interested in a personal reading, please contact me at tarotwithtanya at gmail.com, or you can reach me through my website, which will be listed in the description box below the video, and at the end there's a little signage about that too. So goodbye, beloveds. I will see you next Sunday.